Skulk is expected to rerun in 6.4, so I'm planning to spend every week until then getting Primogems for her and, well, Escafia too, because she's kind of useless without her. Before we begin, here is a quick Primogem check. I only have 20, but I hope to get around 2 pulls before the first hour ends. After spinning my resin and getting, well, surprisingly lucky, I decided to input a code that gave me 60 free Primogems, which is always welcome. After that, I was able to claim my daily commission rewards, which gave me an extra 60 Primogems. I tried going to my teapot to see if I could do some of the furniture sets, but because I didn't have any materials, that was kind of a waste of the realm currency. I had enough Hydro Sigils to put them in the Fountain of Lucine for another reward, which then made me realize that I should probably explore in Fontaine for a bit, because out of all of the trees, it has the lowest level. I then busted up Ye Old Interactive Map and started exploring the Sea of Bygone Eras map. Despite getting over 80% pretty quickly, we didn't slow down that much, which is pretty surprising. Anyways, bring its little bee friend along. Oh god, what's happening? Claim the chest, and now you're a free man. I then proceeded to bully a golem for an exquisite chest. And get jump scared by a chest. That too. I also somehow snuck into a quest locked area and then got tortured by an NPC for it. Yay! Seriously, help, there's so many of them, they keep respawning. Oh no. Okay, this makes it worth it. I put the Oculus that I have gotten into the Statue of the Seven, realizing that I need around 20 more to get one of the Shrine of Death keys. You thought we were going to go back to the Sea of Bygone Eras? Nope, we're going to the desert. So apparently the Fountain of Lucine wasn't my lowest level tree, it was actually the Dream Turnip. And I learned about a thing called the Amrita Pool, which basically gives you 600 Primogems for finding little life flower bloom things. So I was gonna level that up a bit before returning to Fontaine. Quick little problem, it's quest locked. So I have to use the interactive map to help me find it, and it took me an embarrassing amount of time to actually find it. While I'm doing the quest, I'll be picking up oculi, chests, time trials, blah blah blah, whatever, when I see it. Unless it's a CD and it's going to drag me somewhere God knows well, but still, it's going to be nice to get some extra Primogems while we do the quest. I'll summarize the first part of the quest. Catherine gives us a commission related to the drum we found. Then we go to the desert part and there's an evil thing in the sky trying to kill things, I guess. We run into a Perry. The Perry is very sassy. We don't like the Perry. The Perry makes us its dark youth mentor. And then we talk to someone else, and now we have unlocked the Amrita Pool. And then we begin our wild goose chase for every single not quest locked plume. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the plumes were kind of fun to collect and Snow was kind of fun to explore. Mainly because it's super rewarding, because you can just fight a couple Hilly Trolls for a precious chest. Meanwhile in Inazuma you have to fight God for just a common one. I turned on my plumes of Purifying Light to the Amrita Pool, giving myself 100 free Primogems. I have already got 1 pull down in my first half an hour here. But of course we didn't make it all the way down here just for 100 Primogems. We're gonna finish the quest and get it to level 6 before we leave. Thankfully the interactive map made this process a lot easier. And I ended hour 2 with over 600 Primogems, which is equal to 4 pulls. The third hour wasn't very eventful, I just explored a bit and managed to get over 800 Primogems. I started off hour 4 giving my sigils to the Dream Turnip. And I'm just gonna say this, I really wish they made the waypoints a bit closer. It's a hassle going from the waypoint to the dream turnip compared to the Sakura tree, the Fountain of Lucine, the Tablet of Tona. It takes it's an unnecessarily long amount of time. Besides that, I had to learn what Udambara is so I could give it to a Perry because the game didn't think it was important enough to mention what it looks like and how to obtain it. I had to rely on the good old interactive map. I eventually figured out what they won. I collected all 3 of them and gave them to the Perry, which then gave me a Plume of Life. After that, I decided to do some exploring. Yeah, there's a lot of exploring. Sorry. Oh hey, more exploring. Don't worry, we're gonna get into the questing real soon. That's more fun. Right? Right? Here's a mid-hour Primogem check. We have over 1,000. Yippee! And I decided to spend my resin in Skork's artifact domain real quick. Can we just move on to the questing, please? Or we could do a domain, that's okay too. We kind of need a crit rate one, but you know what? I won't complain. At the end of hour 4, I have gained 2 poles, so I now have 7. That's nice. Yippee! At the beginning of hour 5, I got 20 free Primogems from the daily check-in thing, and I decided to start the quest of the new desert area. Oh, they're evolving. Congrats, your Perry has evolved to a bigger and cooler Perry. Hi, Editing Quinn here. I'm going off script. That's fun. The quest wasn't as fun as me writing the script, Quinn thought, so I'm cutting most of it out. So I'm just going to show you the cutscene from hour 6 and the final part, the final boss battle thing, and then I'll give you the Primogem check and then we'll go on to hour 7. Deal? Deal. Whoa, he's a twist villain. Who would have guessed? What? Oh! I wasn't expecting Genshin Impact to make one of their characters say that. Okay! During the end, it made me fight 5 million Rift Hounds, but I somehow managed to defeat them all before we finished purifying the tree thing. Before finishing the quest, I managed to level up the Amrita pool to level 6, giving me 100 free Primogems. And for the boss fight, you're not gonna believe it, but we're fighting Rift Hounds and Abyss Mages, baby! Cut to the super cool cutscene. Cut to Sir Rouge being sad that they didn't get to sacrifice themselves. And then cut to the final Primogem check of hour 6. We are at the final hour of week 1. I started off with claiming something from my mailbox, and then I decided to spend my resin to hopefully auto-collect my commissions, which I did. Fun. I then decided to complete the Sea of Bygone Eras quest, where I witnessed Boethius kill himself. That's fun. Okay. We then were forced to play a song to appease my sleep, guide the lost spirits back to the sea. That's totally what I meant to say. After that, I decided to talk to one of the Perry, and it just gave me 40 free Primogems for 5 seconds of dialogue spamming. I had 20 minutes left, and I didn't have a lot to do, because if I started a quest, I wouldn't finish the first part that gave Primogems, so I couldn't do any of that. And exploring is exploring, so I decided to pre-farm for Escoffier and Skork by fighting the whale boss and getting sky split gem blooms and bell conches to send them later. Woo! That was shorter than I expected. I'm probably gonna do a world quest in week 2, probably not. Thankfully, week 2 overlaps with 6.2, meaning that we get an imaginary feeder back, even though, yeah, hold on. Imaginary feeder resets every start of the month, so we get an imaginary feeder reset and silver maintenance and new character trials. Fun. We also get the Mondstadt buff, which I'm excited for. Maybe new glitches? A glitch compensation mail? Maybe. And yeah, I'm just going to be doing a lot of world quests, hopefully in week 2, because it seems like out of all the hours that I did world quests, those were the most net positive, I guess. So yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Have a great morning, noon, or night, and bye bye.